Andy, this bus is filthy. It reminds me of that time when you went all Scrooge McDuck and we stayed off of Disney property.
Oh, Angela, you know we had to save up money for the last D23. How else would we be able to afford our Beauty and the Beast cosplay?
Well, I don't understand why I had to play the Beast.
You know they don't make Belle's dress in your size. Besides, I look fabulous in yellow.
When are we going to get to D23? They have a Disney Princess Dream wedding panel at 2, and I don't want us to miss it.
The guy at the airport said it was only like an hour to the Anaheim Convention Center, so it shouldn't be long now.
Well, they better hurry up, but this bus might gonna turn into a pumpkin.
Tee, well, we can't have that happen. Better get out my fairy dust.
Hey, since when did Disneyland have a bunch of roller coasters in their parking lot?
What? Disney doesn't have any roller coasters in there. Oh my God, where are we?
Welcome to Six Flags, folks. Enjoy your whatever.
Six Flags Magic Mountain? Is this like white trash Disneyland?
No, that's Universal. This is a straight dumpster fire.
Andy, what are we gonna do? We're gonna miss the Disney Princess wedding panel.
Angela, control yourself. You are a strong, independent woman. You've got to just let it go, let it go.
I am not in the mood right now.
Don't be such an Ursula. Let's make the best of it. You know, like Disneyland Paris. 2 tickets, please.
That'll be $160.
Ha! I said 2 tickets, darling.
That's the price for 2 tickets, sir. But if you want to buy a can of Coke, it'll get you half off.
Well, where do we get Coke?
Oh, you want some Coke? I can do you $1,000 for a Hunsky.
I don't know what the hell that means, but we'll take 2.
Here you go.
What is this?
It's fairy dust, one sniff, and let's just say you won't be Sleeping Beauty no more.
Fairy dust. Maybe the Six Flags isn't so bad.
You two have an excellent day.
Thanks. Ooh, it tingles.
Oh, yeah, it does. Holly, happy, grumpy, sleepy, bashful, sneezy, dopey, and Doc.
Forget Peter Pan, I'm fucking Twinkerbell.
Fucking right you are! Who's that weird looking Mickey Mouse over there?
That's Bugs Butt fucking Bunny.
Let's
get him!
Well, hello there. Ride This One Podcast. If you want family friendly, go listen to Coaster fucking Radio.
Well, that's embarrassing.
Welcome back to episode 16 of Ride This One Podcast. Congratulations, you've made it through, you sick fucks.
It's very sick. And you know what, though? I'm glad that, people have come back, because I figured, they'd all be just, too tired to come back after that Michael Collins episode, all the jacking off. I'm sure they did to that episode.
A straight 3-hour jack-off session.
It was.
Oh,
seriously.
It's just pure goodness, though. Holy crap,
You
that
just
was amazing.
wear that cock down to a nub, you do.
Yeah.
Goodness.
There's a lot of chafing. We needed a little time off, but we're back.
We are.
And we have a fantastic guest.
Yes, we do.
And you know what? Our guest, that's someone I feel sorry for right now, is the person who has to follow Mike Collins.
Completely.
Sitting in that cum-stained seat, we have Dwayne.
How's it going, guys?
Welcome.
What's up, Dwayne? Welcome to the
Is your back stuck to the back of Slater's coaster chair yet?
That, and I have the curtains here, too, so I had to make sure that, we don't, It's gonna be a tough follow, right?
Yeah, it's this very sticky environment, Ride This One. It is.
That's the only reason people can't get out of the basement. It's not because they're actually tied down. It's just they're stuck to the floor and walls.
Stuck to the floor. The drainage holes are just plugged up.
Yeah, it's awful. It's absolutely terrible.
Smells like San Francisco in the 60s.
Yummy.
There we go. But you know what, Dwayne? Welcome. We're glad to have you. For a lot of people, I mean, I guess, who don't know Dwayne, you might be more familiar with him if we also mention what Dwayne does, which is he runs Coaster Addict.
Oh, he's not the wrestler.
No, he's not Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, man. I wanted to ask you about the whole presidency run in 2020, how that was going.
Yeah, still working on it.
Still working on it. Okay.
2024. Dwayne from Coaster Addict.
Yes, we're gonna take it over one country at a time.
Well, welcome to the show. And Coaster Addict is a fantastic blog online. Like, you guys really put a lot of hard work and effort into this, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot of effort, a lot of time. We started a couple years ago, and slowly, gradually, have grown both content, connections with parks, audience, and team members. So definitely a great collaborative effort, and we're still growing, so it's fantastic.
Now, where are you located at?
I'm growing right now, too.
I reside outside of Atlanta, so I spent 23 years in Michigan, but I'm back down in Atlanta since 2009, so pretty close to a lot of the parks in the southeast.
Okay, so you're kind of close to these fucks over here. Just a little bit.
Closer to them. Not as close to some. Like, obviously, I used to be 3 hours from Cedar Point. Now I'm about 10 and a half. But outside of that, I've gotten a few new parks closer to me now. So.
New parks?
Well, new parks since I've been down here. Definitely. I mean, probably about 40 minutes with traffic to Six Flags Over Georgia, and about 4 hours to Carowinds.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
And 4 hours to Dollywood, and 7 hours to Orlando.
Yeah, that's a good spot to be, man. You're like right in the center of it all. Even though it's kind of far to get to everything, you've got options galore.
Alabama Splash Adventure is about 2.25, 2.5, and OA is 5.5 hours.
So you're going to be one of the people. Are you actually going to be able to make it down to OA before they close?
Yes, we've been invited. We've been invited to Media Day, so hoping to get there for sure on Thursday. So that should be fun.
Invited to Media Day. Psh, obviously, you don't talk enough about cock on your blog.
Maybe not so much, though.
We're blocked by all the PR people on Twitter.
Oh, you are?
That's not true. Kentucky Kingdom likes us. We're the only people who mention them.
We're the only source of advertisement on podcasts. That's it. We're it.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely true.
Pretty much. I
but
mean,
The rest don't listen at all. So I mean, I'm safe. Coaster Addict isn't at risk of being removed from a list by being on here today.
you might be added to a list, but that's not the kind of list. That's not the same list.
Yeah, clear your browser history because the CIA might be listening now.
Yes.
Yes, all of our threats to society that we are.
Well, we are spreading the gay agenda.
Yes, you guys are. I mean, we are. We are.
Poor Goliath is along for the journey.
Yes.
But hey, we've got another straight guy in here, so we're even. We're even.
Yes.
Finally. It's
Really?
fine. I mean,
Because I'm looking at Dwayne right now, and all I see is a muscle-bound, like daddy, okay? And it's pretty fucking gay. I've only known gay people to spend that much time in a gym. I'm just saying.
well,
I'm just
we have
saying.
a whole hour to convert him as well, so.
That's true.
I will say that, as you know, it's the coaster community seems to have a great diversity of
Faggots?
people, and that's fantastic. Well, and not just that. I mean, in general, everybody, and it's amazing. That's one thing that I found really intriguing is that there are a lot of gay people in the community, great people, and and I get a few compliments along the way, and I'm happy to smile and accept those compliments. So nothing wrong with that.
You should hear the compliments you get behind your back.
Wait a second. Because is accepting a compliment like accepting a cock up the ass? I just want to be clear
I think if I ever wanted to go to the other side of the road, I have some opportunities. At least it's nice to know that I have opportunities out there in case I want to ever go
Open
down that
offers.
Offers.
Yes,
They never
offered a
expire.
few things, so
Well, now you got them in a couple different states, sweetheart.
I've been, hey, it's great to be compliment. I don't care. It could be anybody complimenting me, and I accept those all day
Oh,
long.
you're so polite.
Compliments.
You're so polite.
No, it's true though. No, it's true though. Because unfortunately, there's some people out there that just, they're one way or the other, whether they're straight or they're homosexual, whatever it is, and they're locked in place there. And if you say anything that's different from them, they turn around and they start freaking out. And it's come on now. Now, if someone wants to try to jump in your space and start to violate you without your permission, that's a different story.
That's a different. That's a charge.
That's kind of criminal.
That's a criminal charge right there.
That's a Kentucky Kingdom thing right there.
That's just how they welcome you into the park there.
Welcome. You no longer have legs.
At Kentucky Kingdom, now we pay you $20. But you know what? You're so polite that now I just want to hear you call someone a faggot, because I'm just like, wait, what's going on here? But
well,
we
no,
need to
it's
correct
not,
you.
and I'm not big about being PC either, because we got too much of that going on in the world. I mean, you just got to say how it is. But no, I have no problem with, if you want to call it faggots, if you want to call homosexuals.
Ugh.
Hey, diversity is great, man.
Ugh. I hate the term homosexual. I don't know why.
Homosexual.
That's the weird. Does it feel too PC for you? I mean, really. I mean, that's the thing, though. That's like they come up with
Gay.
a term which is gay. Like I typically just referred, gay.
I think it's
whatever else, but
I have a feeling it's like black people and African American.
I
nobody that's black says, "Oh, my fellow African American." It's like no gay person says, "Oh, my fellow homosexual." It's like my fag, my gay.
Right.
This is my gay right
but
here.
I'm going to steer completely away from race right now, because we're really
That's not even a negative race thing.
I know, but
It's the opposite of racism.
I just don't want to talk about it.
The opposite of racism, hating everyone equally.
No, I hate no one.
Wait a
Discussing
second.
differences
Wait
like
a
the
second.
the opposite
Hold
of
the
racism.
fuck up.
It's
Did you just say
empowering.
you hate no one? Because I'm pretty sure the other day I even left it in the fucking podcast.
I hate individual people for their individual bullshit, but no generalizations. I hate a lot of individual people.
Oh gosh. Ugh. Petty bitch.
and they all happen to be in one demographic, or
Oh no.
Okay.
No.
I'm just curious.
All creeds, classes, races, doesn't matter.
He hates Asians. Don't trust him. He says it all the time. He hates Asians.
You should be liking Asians, because
bastard.
that makes you look better, and
Okay.
right? Isn't that the
To be
stereotype?
fair, it's not all Asians. It's Koreans specifically. A Korean killed his mother.
Wow.
We weren't supposed
I
to share
see.
that story on air,
Well,
North or
Slater,
south?
but yes. This is my deep-seated racism
right.
out on air.
No.
Thankfully, no one's going to listen, though, right? So
There's
you're
going to
good.
be like
Right.
one person who listens to this and does not understand we're joking, and we're going to get our first. What was that?
What did you just do?
I think a Korean threw something into his ear.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just attacked.
Well,
See, it was those damn North Koreans. They were getting angry that I was
Those are the worst.
mentioning Kim Jong-un.
Yes.
moving on to how about we talk about some coasters at this non-theme park podcast that we have at this point anymore.
I thought it was Tangent Podcast. That was our whole shtick.
Well, our shtick can change from episode to episode.
Quality and all that jazz.
And depending on what you're wanting, what you want to ride, that's what you can ride at that time.
You know what I want to ride?
Okay, you want to talk about some coaster news?
Yeah, I want to talk about what I want to ride.
Let's talk
Sounds
about coaster
good.
news.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about some RMC news, because there is a bunch of stuff that's been happening with Rocky Mountain construction, like across the nation, is what it seems like. From all their new projects that they're planning on working on, from their new Raptor that they've just tested out at their facility. Ooh, it's so good.
We're watching the video right now, and that sound you hear is us calling a phone number.
And there's a bunch of work underway. We got RMC Hurler topped off. That might be a good place to start. They haven't done much aside from build up upon the original structure of Hurler.
Oh,
but
are you kidding? They've
God damn
torn
it, that coaster.
Hurler down. All that's left is the lift hill and a small portion of her shop. Everything.
But they built it up again, too.
They're basically building a ground-up RMC at this point. So they left the fucking
This
lift
new
hill.
one's
That's
like-
basically all they did. Which is great, because what the fuck were they gonna do? I mean, it was flat curves on the ground. It's like the most It was like, seriously, it felt like an Intamin-inspired layout. Just curves, low to the ground. This is not Intimidator 305.
Maybe do like a heart line around each corner.
Right, something.
There you go.
Ooh.
So the original height was 83 feet, and now, from their Twitter, it is 111 feet tall. So they got a nice little boost, little increase on that length there. That's what's most important.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble then.
That's not true at all. It's more girth, and we all know it's more girth.
Please, it's gonna finally know how to please a man.
Finally. Jesus.
I thought it wasn't. I didn't think it was the girth or the height. I thought it was how it used its curves.
Oh, you mean like some 7-year-old making a wooden coaster design in Roller Coaster Tycoon?
But it has to be bright pink.
Yes. It does
It
have
has to be bright pink for you guys.
Yes.
Because that's the
And you
way
have to
those
leave it
7-year-old
cut off at
coasters
the
look.
end.
They're like bright pink.
Well, the nice thing is, though, is it's not just Hurler, it's not just this Mean Streak refurb, but basically RMC has admitted recently that they have 7 new projects coming out in 2018. 7. That's the most they've ever done.
Now, one is
That's
coming
crazy.
to Japan.
Yes. So I guess we're getting 6 in the US.
So they specified 7 projects, and one is going to Japan. So that leaves 6 here in the States, right?
Yes.
We already know about Hurler, and we already know about Mean Streak, or whatever the fuck they're calling it now. So where do you guys think
What is it called? Rail Rider or something?
Rail Blazer, possibly.
Rail
Blazer. I really think that Railblazer is going to be the Raptor. The Raptor sounds more like a Railblazer, but
That would be cool. Could they do a conversion with either this new T-Rex or this new Raptor design, or is that just like only going to be steel supports?
It's only going to be steel supports, as far as what RMC is saying. It's only going to be ground up new coasters. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they're going to start tearing apart our old Aero coasters and using existing supports.
fuck you. Fuck you,
There go.
Slater.
That would actually be really fucking cool.
Fuck you, Slater.
I mean, not cool. Let's not rip out Aero coasters, but there's some coasters that could go.
Well, they definitely are.
Where we could just recycle their supports.
But, here's my thing. How would you add height? How would you do a lot of things that you'd want to do? Other than just following the existing layout, and why? I mean, you could just add new trains.
Yeah.
This seems pointless.
So basically, what you're saying is,
you're
what that would be a Hulk 2.0, only of whatever coaster that is.
But actually smoother.
The real reason, though, I want to, talk about RMC is because I want to fucking brag and talk about that here at Ride This One. We were fucking right again. In that, about episode 2 or 3, it's before you came on, Garbear, we did this whole thing about the reason Hurler didn't get redone last year, as it was hinted at, is because of new train design that RMC was offering. Well, lottie fucking dog, guess what turns out to be fucking true, in that RMC will be, and has said that they will be unveiling a new train design with these new projects next year.
Very
All I gotta say is I hope it works better than the new trains they offered last year. Okay.
That's what I was curious about. Like, if you had too many new things, you don't want to have a lightning rod situation, right?
Well, speaking of things that might not work and rumors, let's talk about the Mean Streak redo. There is a pretty decent rumor from a source I have, and I've started hearing it from other places as well, that, normally when RMC builds, does a conversion, one of the first things they do is the lift hill and first drop. It's one of the first bits they do. However, oddly enough, they have not done that with, Mean Streak. A lot of people are like, well, they want to keep the final hide a secret, blah, 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 blah. But what I'm hearing is, in fact, that they will be doing a tilt track at the top of Mean Streak.
Ooh, okay, so that's why they've been holding out on us.
A tilt track.
Yeah, this is not confirmed. All right, so I'm going to stress that.
So are we talking about like the whole Gravity Max type thing? 'Cause
Exactly.
That would be fucking amazing.
Wait, like entirely like Gravity Max?
Well,
I thought we couldn't do that here in America. That
Yes,
was the
we
whole
can.
reason.
Oh, no, that was just a bullshit rumor that came out. There's absolutely no rules against it. There's nothing. We can absolutely do that. And here's the thing. So, Cedar Point generally is about doing something to get people's attention. Well, you want to get people's attention, do that. Also, Cedar Fair promised one thing when they said they had these 5 projects. And what was one of them? Is that they were going to be doing something that has never been done before in the United States.
Yeah. They've been
now
doing dirty
there are
shit
coasters
like this
with tilt tracks in the U.S.
Well, there's only one, right?
There's a dueling one. And now there's Gravity Max. There's a new park built in China. I'd have to look it up again. They actually have a dueling tilt track coaster from Vekoma, and it opened. You can look it up. It's pretty amazing. Here, in fact,
I needed something to jerk off to this afternoon, so that's perfect.
Right, exactly.
It's already built?
Yes, it's already built and open.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, wow.
Where have I been? Yeah, that was last year that this
wow, where have you all been?
Wow.
Jesus.
I don't know.
We've been in the...
It hasn't made it around on those little videos on Facebook. Everyone wants to share with their friends that love coasters, They're like, oh, have you seen this before? And it's been out there for, 8 years. And
Right. That King of the Call one was going around forever. All right. But yes, no, it's a dueling tilt track coaster, and it looks awesome.
Yeah, it does look awesome. It's really, slow. It goes through these inversions so slow. It's kind of crazy. I think I'm watching the test run, though. So
but you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if it's a track on more than one of their installations. But at the same, I'm also am a little surprised. Part of me also doesn't want to believe that RMC is doing this, because have they learned nothing from trying to do something that hasn't been done before? Do they really need something that doesn't work?
Pretty much.
So I don't know. It could be true. It could be not. Part of me wants it to be, and part of me is like, no, because I'd also like to ride it someday.
Well, they don't think that, oh, this isn't going to work. What they think is, oh, it'll work fine. We'll make it work. And then they build it, and then all of a sudden there's problems galore. It's like when they designed Lightning Rod, they didn't think, oh, there's going to be so many fucking issues. Everyone's going to fucking hate that. We're never going to be able to open this damn thing. It's going to be fantastic.
People and we will be talking about it for years. That's definitely true. It's the one thing that's true.
They're not planning this shit. They have the best of intentions.
All they want is they want that golden ticket. They want a golden ticket. That's all they want. It doesn't matter if it works or not, as long as it works for 5 minutes, so the golden ticket people can get on the ride. Hey, they'll get a golden ticket.
Cedar Point has already won golden ticket for next year, because it wouldn't matter if they added a kiddie coaster. When Cedar Point adds a new coaster of any kind, they're going to win the golden ticket. It's just how it is.
Lies.
I mean, the last 2 coasters they put in are not really... Yeah, Valraven, Gatekeeper. It's like the most boring B&M coaster out there.
Dwayne's sitting. We're sitting on Skype. We're sitting on Skype, and Dwayne's sitting over there, waving his hand, trying to get attention. Dwayne, just jump in. Just interrupt.
No.
You have to learn how to interrupt.
I am.
If you want attention, you have to wave your cock at us.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
I don't have the microscope handy. Sorry. The issue is, I was actually raising my hand because I'm a voter for the golden ticket. Last year, Cedar
We
Point
haven't been here.
Last year, Cedar Point didn't get any, right? They didn't get any awards
Right.
at all. They lost top spot for steel.
Nope, but they sure as hell hosted the awards, and how awkward was that?
Yeah, I know, right? I was wondering if they were going to get their park, award back, but that didn't happen, obviously. So, no, but for Mean Streak, I will say this though, I have high expectations for Mean Streak because that was my first roller coaster that I ever ridden. Period.
Really?
Wow.
When it was now, here's the thing. If you hear my small short story, or at least I'm trying to make it short for you, you would say, why do you ride roller coasters today? Because I had a tough first experience. I waited in line in like 90+ degree weather for over 2.5 hours. First year it opened up. It was the tallest, fastest, whatever else. And when you're, I think I was in the 6th grade or something like that, or 5th grade. I look up and it's like, oh, it looks like it's going super slow. And I completely underestimated that thing, and it destroyed me. And then that day, my buddies tried to talk me on a Magnum XL 200, and the lines were too long. We had to leave. So I literally went on Junior Gemini, so I got the credit there in retrospect. And then I was 3 hours away from Cedar Point, so I would constantly go down there for field trips and stuff, but I would essentially spend all my time playing the little video games and stuff and winning like 7 big giant stuffed animals and just giving them away and ride Cedar Creek Mine Ride until I was 18th birthday when we did a 2-night bash at Hotel Breakers. So I kind of have a sentimental connection with Mean Streak, and I will say that I'm hoping that I'm sure it will be a fantastic ride. So if it's down the whole year,
fucking faggot. Fucking fag.
and you guys don't give Cedar Point enough credit, Nate.
Listen,
Slater.
Listen, I have very good reasons to have anger at Cedar Point.
He's just salty.
I'm a salty as fuck. Holy shit. And I'm not going to go into why. Everyone knows why. And if you don't know why, listen to our other episodes. They're sketches. It's interesting. So
he got screwed by Cedar Point.
I did that boot camp to get on Millennium Force, and I still didn't fit. No.
Really? That's my second favorite coaster still. So
Millennium Farce.
My list.
What is your favorite?
Theory 325 is my favorite. Now here's the thing about that. I'm very, again, sentimental connection to Cedar Point. I lived 3 hours from that and 3 hours from Michigan's Adventure, and I never went to Michigan's Adventure even once with a Joe Cool Platinum Pass.
Shivering Timbers.
I back when they did hand stamps, all that kind of stuff. So I really love Cedar Point, but just like Banshee had to go above and beyond for me to put it above Raptor, which it did. I had to do the same thing for Fury, and Fury won my heart over. But I'm very Giga heavy.
So
my top 5.
This leads into our next question. We got to ask. It seems like you lean one way.
We have to
when
ask.
it comes to rides. I would say you're a steel guy rather than a bi rider or a wood guy. Is that correct?
Are you assuming his coaster preference?
Yeah. Yes. Look at
I am offended. We do not assume someone's coaster preference. Oh my god.
I'm being prejudiced against you right now, and I'm guessing you're riding that steel all
Ride this one, listeners. I apologize for Garbear. Oh god.
This is the bi rider being prejudiced. You can't be prejudiced. You like both. You can't be prejudiced.
I'm not
will
saying
say this,
negative
though.
stuff. I'm just assuming.
I will not turn down a coaster. Period. So I swing both ways on the coaster spectrum, but
Slut.
yeah, and I'll ride the kiddie coaster. I'll ride any coaster, backwards, forward, doesn't matter. But I will say that if you said, Dwayne, you can only ride one category the rest of your life, I would probably lean towards the steel because there's so many great coasters there. What I will say though is that I struggle with my list. I don't have a combined comprehensive list. I have a wood list, I have a steel list, and I actually have a separate category for RMC. And that right there is even, it doesn't matter if the RMC's wood or steel. That's just like its own category. It's really weird.
Well, just make sure you don't drink. Make sure you don't drink too much orange juice when you get on that steel for the last time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we don't. I don't want to chug it down too much. I just do the pre-workouts and stuff, and get the.
So
surprise
we've
a few
already
hours later.
mentioned is that
Right,
of course Dwayne is quite jacked. He's our resident muscle daddy now. Oh Jesus!
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I have a long way to go.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
He's got a Superman cape in his background right now, in the back of his room.
That was free.
Yeah, well, it fits right into my fantasy over here, so.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
So Dwayne, how did you get into the whole lifting of the weights? I'm assuming you were a scrawny little fuck when you were young.
I wasn't super tiny, but I wasn't like this big, linebacker for a football team. I was a wrestler in middle school and didn't do much lifting there. And then I stopped doing that. I played some other sports, tried out for basketball, played tennis, did all kinds of crap. And then I was probably sitting at about $150. I could eat anything. My metabolism rate when you're younger, it just doesn't matter. It just goes, you can eat everything all day long and you don't really gain a pound in my case. So I went to boot camp for Marine Corps. I was in the Marine Corps Reserves. And
seriously, you are giving Garbear every possible wet dream.
well, that's good. That's what I'm here for, right? I gotta
I've known a
aim
lot
to
of
please,
Marines,
and
I
maybe
gotta
we can get
say,
some more.
I think I have a pretty good chance now. I've heard this side of the story.
There you go. So, for the Marine Corps, though, I was in boot camp, and it was a good experience overall. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was different. I love being in the Marine Corps.
It's no fucking joke.
Well, it was my biggest thing when I joined the Marine Corps was that I had to get my mindset on combat mode, not college mode. Because I was in college, and I'm like, if the guy next to me screws up in college, it doesn't affect me. But if he screws up on the battlefield,
I would like to say that back in
that
college,
probably does affect me.
Group projects, fuck the guy next to me. He always screwed it up.
Yeah.
Oh,
But the thing about it is,
absolutely.
I couldn't get it. I think in boot camp I got to 160, and then after that, I still played a lot of tennis and did some theme parks again more and more. And when I got down to Georgia, though, I really started hitting the weights. My legs are always really strong. A lot of the guys and girls will always say that one of my best assets is my ass.
Oh, yay.
So
we got to this part of the
geez,
show.
he's a power bottom. He's a power
So
bottom.
you could probably see some of my attempted fitness routines on YouTube on my personal channel. But I love leg day. A lot of people avoid leg day, and I absolutely love leg day. Love to squat. I'm trying to get back up there, but I just love to hit the
Garbear,
gym,
he loves
and-
to squat. He's such a power bottom. It's just such a power bottom.
I'm trying to get back up. I'm trying to get back up to 405. I hit 405 once on the squat.
Damn,
and
405?
hadn't-
That's 2.5 of me.
Wow.
Well, when I will say though, even though I didn't have the great super form, but if you look at some of my older videos from like August of 2013, I used to be heavy into leg press, and I have one video on there where I leg press 1,723 pounds. It wasn't great in depth, and my face was about ready to explode, but yeah. So
Did ya poop your pants when you
No,
did it?
I didn't have one of those UFC female moments.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
'Cause that seems like something where you'd poop your pants. I'm just saying.
I'm surprised
I'm
that
still
didn't happen.
putting it online because I'm proud of it, but yes, I'm shitting myself, everybody.
Hey, you can make a lot of you can make a lot of money if you did that.
That's
There's
true.
a lot, there's
I
some
should-
there's some sites, I know some sites, that would pay good money for that.
Well, I could
Yeah.
I could just.
It's called Craigslist.
I was gonna say maybe I could do the video naked, right? And then
Right.
and then take a shit when I'm at the bottom of the squat.
There you go.
I was on board until the last part.
Well, I'm just going into what Goliath was saying about making the money.
This does not align with my fantasy anymore.
So you're not into 2 girls 1 cup or two? Are there 2 gays 1 cup? Is there 2 gays 1 cup?
2
Garbear?
squats, 1
I don't
cup.
know. I don't want to know.
2 squats 1 cup?
2 squats.
2 girls, 1 cup, 1 guy, 1 jar, and that cheese grater image. I'm done with the internet. I'm fucking done. Like, we've hit that level and we're good.
For those that are wondering, we've included links to each of those videos.
No.
In our description. We will include videos to the grater, the guy one jar, the girls one cup. Just what we provide for our fans.
Let me say one thing about the fitness thing, though. I will say, as I ride I still like roller coasters probably better than fitness. It's kind of a toss up there, but between the two of them, because Goliath knows that I like to do marathons, and for the most part, with one exception, I've been good at it. As a matter of fact, I did like a massive leg day one time before, and then got to the marathon and had no problem. So I was actually looking to do the world record, and I almost had Cedar Point on board before they changed general managers. Not saying it was going to happen, but I have Guinness where I can still go for it. But finding a park to do is almost impossible. And
so what are you going to attempt?
No, the record attempt for longest roller coaster ride. Richard Rodriguez's 416-hour clip, because you need to find a park that has a wooden coaster or some type of coaster that's not too crazy where you can sleep on at night. And I was going to do Millennium Force and Blue Streak. And then, obviously, looking at Carowinds, I could do like Hurler or Fury and Hurler. And there's a lot of variables, and any park needs to have a guarantee. So I invited more people, even the current record holder, but you need a little bit of luck as well on the weather and stuff. So who knows if it's past my prime on getting that actually to occur. But the thing about my fitness was I always wondered, is it best to have a little extra weight when you're on that marathon, or is it best to be like lean and mean fight machine, So I don't know.
That depends on which gay you ask.
It? Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Well, what about you two?
I like a little cushion for the pushing.
A little too much. You wouldn't really enjoy any of the wooden coasters, any of those fucking PTC bullshit coasters. I mean, I'm not
Goliath's
salty.
wood disdain is coming out again. Oh no. What do you got against Woodies?
Sorry.
Huh? Woodies
Nothing
are
against
too.
Woodies. They are. I will get the credit, and then I won't ride them again.
There you go. I gotta get the credit.
Exactly. You always have to get the credit.
So you do one-night stands with wood coasters.
Especially if you have to borrow kids.
I'll do a marathon on Voyage if they let me. But
hell yeah. See, okay, that would be a little rough to
just
sleep
saying,
on, but
I even told them that 2 years ago, like, hey, can we do it for charity? I'll do anything for charity, because as bad as of an experience
you brought up charity, so this is a good leeway, actually, because you all are actually about to do something with charity. Is that not correct?
Yes. Yeah. Every year.
That's correct.
This is the 6th annual Coasterthon for Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. And every year we try to do at least one of them. In some cases, any type of coasterthon for charity anywhere in the country, we try to get to. But this one is close to us, so it makes it convenient, and it's a great cause.
Dude, that's great.
Children's Healthcare of Atlanta is our local children's hospital, and the date got pushed. We're going to be riding Mindbender starting
my birthday.
at 9 a.m. on his birthday. This is the 2nd annual Dwayne birthday Coasterthon.
And I will say this, if for some reason something happens where I don't finish, then I will not go on a Coasterthon on my birthday, because I'm undefeated on Coasterthons that don't happen on my birthday.
Is that it?
It's got to be.
Yeah, orange juice on my birthday is not a good combination.
Or what you could do is you could do one without me, and then maybe you could be able to handle it. Maybe it was me, sitting by me,
Yeah, the extra force and all that extra speed as we went down the hill. You're in the front. I got
exactly
down the hill.
Well, Dwayne, I tell you what, if I'm there,
exactly
you're guaranteed to finish.
I was waiting for one of those. I kind of walked myself into that one.
It's not to ride this one episode without one.
So do you have for those that like to go and ride multiple times, do you have any tips for those that are our listeners that might be interested in trying a Coasterthon marathon?
Yeah, I mean, ideally you want to kind of plan ahead. You just want to try to be hydrated. Some people, I've seen people go to these events and they're like, yeah, I started drinking more water last night, and it's like, that probably won't help. Definitely recommend the orange juice in the morning. That's a fantastic way to go. Not really, but I like a good challenge. People say mints. Take mints in your pockets, and
I got
helps.
something that you can have that'll keep you powered for hours.
That will we? From a mouth? Is that what you're saying?
Just a little something.
Yeah,
High in
But find a
protein.
seat too.
Yeah.
The protein is important, and for fitness guys like me, 1 gram of protein, per body weight, pound. So
I hear it's got more vitamin C than an orange.
yes. Well, that might be, but if it's too acidic though, I might not have a good situation on that coasterthon because that's what really, I still claim that to be a potential root cause of my failed frustration.
Don't worry, he'll get all of the gagging out of the way before.
Don't worry about
you
it
get on
upsetting
the
your
coaster.
stomach. It's not going there.
Yeah, but I have to sit down for the whole time too, and that first experience might not be a good one, So
Hey, that might make your experience even that much better.
I'll be more relaxed, is what you're saying.
The afterglow is great. Let me just tell you.
Oh man, but these coasterthons are great. I will say that if you haven't been on a coaster over and over again, you want to kind of pace yourself. I've done one where I put my hands up every single lap just because it's a bigger challenge, but it's not recommended. You want to conserve that energy, even though, when the cameras are off, we get news out there, but cameras are off, just go with the flow and don't brace yourself too much and just kind of enjoy the ride. Sure. And then I will say this, for me, because I'm very, persistent and dedicated, anything that I might deal with on a coasterthon experience would be nothing compared to what, like, for example, the kids at the hospital have to deal with. So that's the way I look at it. Like, there's no challenge. And the only reason why I failed the coasterthon is because there was a rule that if you did bring up anything at all, you couldn't continue. And I had it was a very small amount, but and all right, they pulled me off. I had to stand up. If it was a different situation, then you could just probably, throw up and then keep going.
But those are the rules.
So,
well, if people want to support your coasterthon for this year, how could they do it?
Well, I made an easy link for all of us. If you go to coasteraddict.com/coasterthon, I have it redirected to the article that lists all the Coaster Addict team members who are going to participate. We have businesses that sponsor us on a small scale, and also people, $5 if you want to skip the latte or whatever. Just go ahead and knock it out.
And don't worry, that'll be in the show notes.
Yes,
Okay, cool.
absolutely. And if you want to, coasteraddict.com, they have a direct donate link that you can donate directly to CHOA, and yeah, all of that goes right to them.
Great cause. It goes straight to them.
Right.
Yeah, every dollar, because Six Flags doesn't charge anything.
That's awesome. You guys are awesome.
So we've talked about marathoning coasters and stuff. Have you ever been on a marathon out in California, or have you ever been out to California to ride any roller coasters, Dwayne?
Yeah, actually, last April, we went out and enjoyed Six Flags Magic Mountain for the first time. Fantastic experience.
Okay.
And then the
Wow,
next day we
a
went to
fantastic
Knott's.
experience at Magic Mountain. That's impressive.
That's a
I
first.
will say
but
it was everyone, I've heard good and bad, but being that we were only there for one full day, and we did need the platinum flash pass to get everything in for one full day, we got it all taken care of. It was a great time, and everything held up nicely. So definitely a good experience, but
Nice.
again, limited to one day, so it's not a good body of work. And
yeah,
the
you
next-
got to make that loop like 4 times. You're hating yourself by the end of it, but
had a good workout walking up that hill.
it's a coaster
then-
junkies
Yeah.
wet dream for sure. If everything's open, that's the kicker.
Well, it did. X2 was great. Full Throttle was great. I love Tatsu. Just have to be careful when you get on the flyer because there's no hydraulic floor. I see people, just bust their ass all day long, just getting in and out on those little triangular steps, and then
I'll bust in your ass. Wait, what?
You're busting my ass.
what were we talking about?
And then Riddler's Revenge is fantastic for a stand-up coaster, I will say. So,
yeah.
Twisted Colossus, a whole bunch of great coasters out there. I really like X2. It's my third or fourth favorite coaster in the world. So
Did you make it out to Knott's?
that's the thing. The next day we went to Knott's, and it was great. Not as many coasters, of course, or a little landlocked there, but
Yeah, it's quite
rode everything
small.
except for Ghost Rider because that was under construction.
You probably
Or
caught it right
renovation.
when they were doing their
Yeah.
yearly. Every 6 months they do like a 2-week rehab
Well, that was GCI's refurb.
Oh, you were out during the actual
they-
retracking.
Boysenberry 2016.
Boysenberries on ride this one. Imagine. So
Boysenberries.
So they've, we know. So you got the credit for the boomerang that is no longer there.
Yes.
And they're actually really, really making work. They've got a nice sand pit sitting there. Nothing is more exciting than looking at a sand pit.
Dirt lot.
And I've heard a rumor.
Did you?
Oh no!
I
no,
did.
Slater, really with the rumors again, Slater, really.
Slater's just chock full of them.
I'm chock full of all kinds of
He
stuff.
says that he hears these. I think he's just coming up with them.
I think so. That or he's been talking to the Dippin' Dots guy.
Fuck. Oh, Goliath, you smell that? I think he's back.
What the fuck? Why are you back? I know Slater's been talking all kinds of shitty news and rumors, but do we need another fucking rumor on this episode?
What's up? I am the terror that rides in the night. I am the...
Shut up.
Fucking A, dude. We know who you are.
Whoa, dudes, chill, yo. I just thought I'd come by and share some sweet deets with ya. But I am the terror that rides in the night.
Listen, I just had my drapes cleaned after Michael fucking Collins was here, and now because of this damn smoke, I have to do it again.
Yeah, I just priced curtains. They're fucking expensive. And I don't think your minimum wage job can afford to have them laundered, let alone buy new ones.
Oh, sorry, guys. I just switched to the non-GMO organic all-natural smoke bomb. You know, I think it might be giving me a rash. Hey, take a look at this. What do you think this is?
Oh my goodness, I do not want to see another STD mangled dick. You should see some of the shit Slater's got from our listeners.
That's just what I got in the mail. But anyways, why the hell are you here?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to remind you bitches that I was right about the fucking gondolas.
Good job. Everyone else in the world was covering them, but you completely fucked up about the part about the cameras.
Yeah, and those things sure as hell don't have clear bottoms.
Yeah, but only because I, the Dippin' Dots guy...
Dude, I thought you were going by the Dolip guy.
Yo, dude, not cool. Both are right. Please don't assume my ice cream preferences. That's fucking offensive. But they only changed things because I made their plans public.
Okay, well, that's nice, I guess.
So, what theme park have you been working at this week?
Well, actually, I've just been down the road from you, Goliath.
Yes! They're finally giving up on that shitty lightning rod and turning it into a butterfly sanctuary.
No, I've been at Six Flags.
Fucking GP. Which Six Flags?
Yeah, there's more than one dumbass.
Six Flags over Georgia, and I got some sweet rumors for you guys. I've heard that something big is coming.
No shit. Goliath is gonna be there later today.
Fuck you. No, I'm not. Only GP people go to the park in the summers. It's hotter than all the In the Loop Coaster Radio gangbang fanfiction that's out there today.
Oh, shit, sorry, I didn't know you flew that way, Goliath. But it's cool, bro. No homo.
No, I don't, you sick fuck. Who do you think I am, Little Spoon?
Fuck no. Everyone hates Little Spoon.
Yeah, fuck you, Kenny.
Seriously, though, dude, I'm dying to hear what big things you think is coming to my home park.
Well, you know how they're closing the Georgia Cyclone, right?
Yep, they're gonna RMC it.
That was a fucking eyesore. I'm so glad I'm never gonna have to see that wood again.
Wrong. They're tearing the whole fucking thing out, and in its place, something amazing.
Oh, with all the Justice League popularity, they're expanding the cape store. Because I can't wait to buy myself a fucking Deadpool cape.
Bitch, that's Marvel, not DC. So what the fuck are they putting in then?
Well, you guys know how Great America removed vertical velocity? Well, they're putting that in the Georgia Cyclone's place in 2018. It's gonna be fucking epic.
Have you ever been to Georgia? Not many people in Georgia would be able to fit onto those tiny, intimate restraints. Hell, even Garbear's twink ass would have issues getting into those.
No, it's true. I swear.
Oh, and let me guess. They'll also be putting a sign out front classifying it as a Giga Coaster too. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, come back when you get some real news.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck you guys. We still on for drinks next Saturday?
Yes. Now get the fuck out.
So what is the rumor that you've heard? The rumor.
So here's the thing. We all know that Cedar Fair said they're doing 4 new coasters here in this next season. So we know that they're doing Cedar Point, King's Dominion, and California's Great America. Actually, construction walls have already went up at California's Great America.
Yeah.
And everyone has assumed that Knott's is the contender because they've taken Boomerang out, they've started moving dirt. Aha, but a little birdie... okay, someone who sucked my dick. Anyways, they told me that is in fact not for 2018. That they are starting to move dirt for a very, very large attraction that will not open until 2019. That's right, baby. Big O Giga Coaster coming in, from what I'm hearing, or something of the likes. But because they're so landlocked, it's going to have to go over a lot of stuff. So it's actually going to take 2 seasons to construct it.
Damn.
So they're having to start early, and that you're gonna see construction popping up in several different areas of the park.
That's a
throughout the
long
next year or
time
two.
to construct a Giga Coaster, though. I mean, like, let's compare it to like Mako. I mean, I know it's 200 feet. It's like a hyper, but that took.
Not if you're Six Flags Over Georgia. If you're Six Flags Over Georgia, that's a Giga. No, that's a Giga.
Right.
Have you not seen that picture? That's a Giga, according to Six Flags Over Georgia.
I've ignored those pictures, just like every other coaster enthusiast.
It seems like a long time, but trust me, it's not. Because here's the thing. Let's look at someone who's also landlocked, and that would be Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Every time they've added a new ride, it's taken 2 seasons, because when you're working around all the other attractions and buildings, it takes a lot longer, because you can't just shut the whole park down to do it. So you have to do it piece by piece.
And this is not a park that you can actually do off-season work. This is a park that runs all year. This is not a park that you have an off-season for.
Right.
Exactly.
And
that's the other thing.
The spot that they're building on is not that big. It's smaller than the plot that Accelerator's on, which is already a very compact coaster. So this is, I'm assuming, like a queue in a station, maybe a couple elements here and there, but most of this, from what I could assume, if this was a Giga Coaster, would not be on this spot that they're actually doing construction.
And I heard something else, is it will not have a lift hill.
What?
It will not have a launch either. It will have an elevator lift.
What?
Yup.
Who do you know it not?
I know bitches. That's all y'all need to know.
I need to start sucking this dick. Where have I been?
Sometimes bitches are wrong, sometimes bitches are right, but these are just things I'm hearing. And I'll be the first to say this may not be true, but it makes sense because Timberwolf will be closing down in the end of August.
Is that what was in the fucking box?
Maybe.
Dude,
We're ripping
that's
out
why.
one of the rides.
Straight up, Slater, that's why they are upset at you, because you leaked that out to the world.
Yeah.
Maybe. Or maybe I was wrong when I said, we know it's not a coaster in the fucking box. And they're like, we'll show you. It sure fucking is. Well,
Exactly.
There was meetings over at Worlds of Fun, and they were like, okay, we have to put a coaster in now. Come on.
Yeah, they
Scoot us up
changed
on
the whole
list.
plans. They changed the whole plans.
Yeah, all because of Slater's snarky remark.
Right, this one. Changing the coaster universe. One part
And
at a
right
time.
now, they've said they're just shutting it down for a standard refurb. Well, here's the thing. It's not that big of a ride, and if it's a standard refurb, why do you need to close it in August? You just do it in the off-season.
Right.
And Cedar Fair has no problem, especially World's Fun has no problem opening rides later in the season. So, to me, it makes no sense for them to do this unless maybe there's a little bit more going on the set. But we'll see. Time will tell. But I really think we're not getting anything in Knott's until 2019 because I think it's such a large project that they don't have a choice.
Jeez.
So
where's the other other RMC going?
Worlds of Fun.
It'd be like a
Yes,
T-Rex,
we got
Raptor.
Worlds of Fun. Is it an Iron Horse of Timberwolf, or are we getting something new? Maybe like a RMC Raptor that they've been talking about.
I think it's an Iron Horse of Timberwolf. I think the Raptor's going to Great America in California.
Smaller park, less traffic. That makes sense.
And it's not open on Sundays during the football season, so that you don't need it during then.
Bastards.
Well, they're aiming to change that, I think.
Well, it's not like the football games are a big draw anyway. The team sucks.
Yeah.
Aren't they like right next door to the stadium? Isn't that why they do that?
They are, and that's the reason. And they
like
actually
parking.
shut down the parking for Great America for Levi's Stadium when they have a NFL game. So anytime there's an NFL game, California's Great America is shut down, and the parking is used for the 49er Stadium.
It's only because they know if the park was open, nobody would go to the fucking game.
But are there that many
true.
coaster boys out there that are like, you know what? California's Great America is closed. Let's just go to the NFL game.
Nobody.
No one. We're
No
all
one.
gay.
No one.
We don't deal with football. What the fuck?
Or they would just use their parking pass to go to the football game.
Oh.
Right? That would be the best. You buy an
Buy a
annual
season
pass,
pass
like
just so you can have a pass for parking at the stadium.
holy crap, Dwayne, that's the issue. That's
Genius.
the reason. That's it.
I know I'm a
straight up.
genius. That's why he brought me on. So yeah.
That's exactly it. That's the reason we brought you on.
But so it looks like, that Knott's might get fucked over for 2018. But speaking of, rides and getting fucked, hey, Dwayne, we have a question, you little muscle daddy you, that we ask everyone who comes on the show.
Yes, we do. Everyone comes on the show. We have to ask them one question. We are in the process of making a book called the Coaster Sutra, and it'll be available. We'll sell it once we have it finished. But how would you have sex or have a sexual encounter on a theme park attraction? It doesn't have to be a coaster. It could be like Garbear and have it on one of those dark rides and get it videoed.
Yeah. Or do like Mike Collins did and do a Carousel of Progress, Yeah. But the keyword here is details. We want details
Yes.
for the illustrator, so when he's drawing this
Yes,
out.
are you fucking your grandma? Because we need to know if we need, wrinkles. Like, how far low do those tits hang? Like, we really do need the details.
Well, I will say I'm not fucking anyone right now, but I will say that I kind of have a three-way answer to that.
Ooh, this is our first three-way.
No, not really. No pun intended. 3 different attractions
Ooh.
to consider. And some,
that's just disappointing.
I know. Sorry. I can barely focus on one person, let alone try to get 2 people taken care of. And I'm very big about taking care of that person I'm with. So.
Ooh, I like him. I like him better already.
Just saying. It's just tough to deal with that threesome situation, but
he's here to satisfy
one person, and then we'll go from there. But no.
Well, if the other person's satisfying the other person, you're taking care of. That's what you got to do. The three-way is.
But I'm a big overthinker though, too. So that would probably ruin me.
Okay.
Performance anxiety if I were to overthink it too much. I'm sure.
Yeah, you definitely don't want that.
Anxiety. So one interesting option, I think a few people have tried it, would be if you're just doing an attraction, maybe the High Roller in Las Vegas or the Orlando Eye, if you are ambitious. But again, just like the Las Vegas High Roller, someone actually, they got caught, and then the guy ended up getting got murdered, I think, didn't he, or something like that? I forget the whole detail, but man. So that might be a little too risky there, but if you want to go public.
I mean, that's not a bad idea, because that's like a 45-minute ride around the entire
I don't need that long. I just need
a
few minutes.
And they, in the one in Vegas, they wheel a little booze cart on there so you could fuck and have your little drink. It'd be
you
super
could have all
classy.
kinds of fun. And I'm a big fan of Las Vegas, so it would be a great scenic view. I love Las Vegas. I haven't been there as often as I would like in my lifetime, but I do love Las Vegas.
I'll meet you at the High Roller, sweetheart.
There you go. Right. Just wait for me. I promise I'll show up eventually.
I'll spring for the bar.
There you go. Secondly, and more realistically, Battle for Metropolis would be pretty cool. because the restraints, I don't know if they have to be fully locked down, and if they need to be. I mean, if you were to somehow set someone on top of the restraint, of course, you'd have to pay a few people off. Maybe have to borrow some money from Mike Collins there. Throw that $100 bill on the side. I probably need about 5 20s instead because it's
wait a
more than
second.
one person.
No. It's Six Flags. This is a $5 going to do fine.
Well, maybe so, but there's more people than just that one person for Mike Collins, so I'd have to pay more people off. But there's different scenes. You'd have a lot of different, you could have someone straddling you as you go around each scene. But I will say, though, again, I'd have to pay attention to them. I'd be worried because I still want to have a high score, I'm just saying. So maybe I could have a top score while also just
high score,
going,
then get you off.
But then you might be disappointed.
I already know what this one is called. Battle for Dictopolis.
There, perfect, right? See? Just make sure you give me half of the royalty on that one. But no, because it's so many different scenes, and you might not need too long of a time to get off. And if you did, you just go around again. So that but someone would have to straddle you, and then you could still shoot while they're, for me, straddling me, because I don't know how it would work for some gay guys straddling each other, but hey, maybe you could get all cuddly.
It would work just fine. That would work.
Or maybe you guys could do like a
gay guys were super cuddly all the time.
Or you could do like for gay guys, you could have where I guess you could do like a 69 kind of sitting up and then have one guy still shooting. I don't know if that would work for you guys. So something to think about.
Someone's always shooting.
What's shooting?
Huh? Well, shooting. Well, you could shoot 3 times. So you both would shoot, and then you would
times?
shoot. Yeah, you'd have 3 simultaneous, scores, so to speak.
Oh, that's a hell of a score.
Yeah, it'd be a score, right?
Shit. What? Well, goodness, 1 in the mouth, 1 in the ass, 1 on your back. Fuck.
But the last one for me, I will say, if I could find a way, would be Fury 325. As most people who have ridden Fury, or any of those with a clamshell, you'd want to have, like for me, I could have some extra room in there and still meet the green light, so to speak, to be dispatched. So maybe have someone sitting on top of me, and then we get clamshelled in. Again, that's maybe not as realistic, but then assuming
that's okay.
You don't
we can
hit
still draw this in a book. That's
fine.
You
could draw it. So you go up the left hill, you go down, and as you're going down, you have the intensity, and you go around the corners and stuff, and then you could just it'd be shorter thrust, but you could definitely, I think, pull it off.
Could you imagine that helix at the end where you're really getting pushed into your seat, and they're like really getting pushed down onto you?
Or the airtime, depending on where you're sitting right before the helix, you want to make sure that you don't, like in my case, maybe slip out. If you're not super long, you might slip out and then get stubbed, and that wouldn't be the good experience. So you have to be kind of plan ahead for that.
Everyone loves the shakiness of Fury 325, so I figure we that would be just add to it.
Exactly, because think about it. Especially, let's give Fury another 5 years, and then it's going to get a real severe B&M rattle, and then seriously, your dick's just going to be like a vibrating dildo. You're going to make everyone happy. So, why not?
Your dick just turned into a bullet vibe.
Well, I was going to say, like, for girls, like going back, Elaine, she loved Fury, so I guess any girl, for that matter, if you had a bullet, you just set her down next to you and put the bullet against her, and between the Fury intensity and the bullet intensity, you're good. You could just sit back and enjoy the ride.
Oh, yeah.
There you
or
go.
Maybe get a Wii vibe, and you can control it. You don't want them to get off too quickly, so you control the Wii vibe as you're getting up, you intense, and then you slow down. Yeah, I can totally see it.
So speaking of giant vibrating things, since I'm gonna try to figure out a transition here. We have news coming out of Miami that in 2020 there will be a 540-foot drop tower, 95 miles an hour, coming to the Miami skyline.
I love this because you know what?
Fantastic.
Normally I'd say they'd build it before Skyplex, but this time I'm not sure.
It just seems like another Skyplex pipe dream. That's a tongue twister.
Maybe though, but they want this thing opened by 2020 Super Bowl.
Is that even possible?
Because I think they already have the ground prepped, or they've already started. Now that doesn't mean anything either, because Chicago had the spear or whatever it was that started and then ran out of financing, so that can happen. But it's a multi-use, just like Skyplex in a certain extent. You have observation, like the glass floor walkout like you do over at Grand Canyon. Yeah. Same kind of thing over there. Like you walk out on this Skyrise Miami. You have a sky jump like Stratosphere, it looks like.
Oh yeah, and they also have a soaring over the world type ride where it's basically 3-tiered. It's the same setup, I swear to God. It's a giant 360-degree, 4D simulator theater.
But it's actually going out on. It looks like it's actually going out into Miami, or is it actually just a normal theater?
It's a theater, yeah. Yeah, it's a. Oh. It's a 40
I thought the same thing. I thought maybe it'd do that.
So it's pretty much just like Soarin'.
But instead you're gonna fly around Miami is what you're gonna do. and all the smells that you get from Miami.
Hopefully they'll at least provide you the cortadito so you get that adrenaline rush of the caffeine hitting you, the caffeine and sugar.
I'm kind of hoping that they'll fly over South Beach. Just keep flying over South Beach.
It's Miami. It's cocaine.
Cocaine scented.
You fly over South Beach and you get the whiffs of a bunch of people in a club and
sweat. You smell sweat.
If you fly over South Beach, it smells like Cuban food. It just smells like spices and chicken.
It smells like Rob Alvey's asshole.
So you're saying personally?
Oh God! Listen, I am a depraved motherfucker. For sure. But even I have standards. Good fucking sir.
Tell us about this experience.
Yeah, the only way we know is that he posts all that nonsense online just for our enjoyment.
But, speaking of things that are just awful, tell us a bit, what is your least favorite ride? Least, ride, and a ride experience you hated so much. And then on top of it, because this is a two-parter,
yeah.
What person do you know within the community or out would you have ride that ride for all of eternity, and why?
See, that I've been thinking about this. I've been trying to be as prepared as I can be for the podcast, and I don't really hate any roller coasters. But I like I can ride any of them, and I'll try to marathon as many as you put me on. I will never say sorry. I won't try it, and I don't just do the one and done. I'll go as many times as possible. So it's kind of tough, but I will say the one that, and you might not like this, Slater, I don't know, but for me, it's Blazing Fury at Dollywood.
What?
It's still an interesting ride.
What?
But it obviously does not do anything for me, obviously, and I'm not saying it's a bad part of the park and stuff, but if I looked at my whole list, I have 232 rides. It's not a lot, but I don't know. That's one of those kind of coasters. I'd probably rather ride a Great Pumpkin, which I have, than I would the Blazing Fury. So
that's right. Suck it, Valentine.
Is it worse than say Green Lantern First Flight? Did you experience that when you were down in Magic Mountain?
Nothing's worse than that.
Now, see, I did the Flash Pass, with the Platinum, so you get re-rides if you want, as long as you're not sitting in the front or the back, and that's you can still use that one. So we sat in both directions when we went, one after another. So we had maybe a minute in between rides. The second ride, I think we were sitting backwards to the I guess as the path that you go on,
right?
And that was kind of a little concussion at the end almost, or wanted to be.
So you felt like you were going to die twice in a 5-minute span.
Yeah. But people freak out at the end of that one because they, when you get that final drop and spin and stuff, and then it seems like at halftime they're sitting there, they're trying to do stuff, and they keep themselves in an inverted position, and it's just So it's okay. I wouldn't necessarily marathon it, but it's okay. I still would, if I wanted someone to feel pain over and over again, maybe that would be the ride. If I would just want to kill them mentally, I would put them on Blazing Fury.
Kill them mentally? What do you have against firefighters and fireworks?
again, it's fun
There's
to
no
hop on there with
fireworks in
friends and stuff,
Blazing
but
Fury.
but these people,
There's a whole firework room.
it might not do much, but I guess you have to, the person would have to ride that over and over and over again for the rest of their life. So that gets back to the question.
Wait a second. I have to take this opportunity.
Sure.
Garbear, what ride do you think Blazing Fury is?
Oh, I'm mixing them up. I'm thinking of
Fire
You're
Chaser.
thinking about Fire
Chaser.
Chaser Space.
Yeah.
Shame. Shame.
Well, you're gonna edit all this out for me.
No.
I thought you were an expert, man.
You better.
No.
No, come on. You're supposed to make me sound smart.
That's your 20 coaster count coming out, isn't
It's
it?
true. I haven't been out to Dollywood
Blazing
yet.
Fury is the fire in the whole clone, the inferior fire in the whole clone
Right.
from Silver Dollar
right,
City.
Without a splashdown.
Not really their fault. I do know it's not their fault. It was an issue with construction when they built the ride in the 60s, so they were unable to keep the water. That said, fuck Dollywood.
I like Dollywood, but I haven't really gone to too many shows.
All
those lines
straight
there.
guys love Dollywood because they love tits. They love tits. Oh, they're in the home
No.
of country tits.
No, yeah, but here's the thing about that, and maybe I'll segue this into first off. Let me say that I put a terrorist on that Blazing Fury just because mentally that might break him down. I don't hate one individual person, but I did go over to Iraq in 2003, so hey, we'll throw a terrorist on there and just mentally slowly break them down. We'll just do
Oh, really?
that.
Do you want to give the terrorist idea? Do you want a war here in America? Like in America?
No.
That's how you get a war in
Just bring
America.
him over?
That's how you
Put him
do
on.
it. Next thing you know, they're going to be planting bombs and tits.
And tits?
that's,
No,
we'll have the exploding tits everywhere, which I'm sure is a fetish for somebody.
Exploding silicone breasts, right?
I wouldn't want to be motorboating when that happened.
But
That would be a very bad motorboating experience.
That's the best, like horror film, slash thriller film, thriller film ever. And it'll just be called Motorboat, and it's just opening scene of this guy motorboating these tits, and all of a sudden it just explodes in his head.
Exploding tits.
Why do I want this to happen now?
man, well, I will say though,
We're not Civil Gore. We're not Civil
We're
Gore.
not Civil Gore.
We're not Civil
We're
Gore.
not.
Calm down.
We're not.
I will say this back about your little tits and ass at the park. Yeah, sometimes as a straight guy, it's nice to look at it, and I'm single, but you and I, all of us know, if you're single and straight, you're not going to be trying to hook up at the theme park. You know what I'm saying? I'm an ace, and I go to the parks, and if you're gay and you have a good community there, that's fantastic, but no one's ever said, "Hey, Dwayne, if you want to go meet somebody, go to the theme park and
Pick up some chicks."
So, just saying. Yeah.
Right. No.
It's like, don't go to the club, Dwayne. Go to Six Flags.
We have the cream of the crop when we go out there. It's fantastic, but it is very scarce when it comes to lady coaster enthusiasts. That's why you got to get into the Disney stuff for that.
Yeah, true. No, I will say though, as you both or all three of you know, Elaine, she passed away in February, and she was my better half for over 6.5 years, and knowing as many experiences that we went on, coaster road trips, specifically in this case, I can't imagine really being with anyone in the future that didn't have at least some appreciation or certainly understanding for my passion for coasters. Ideally, someone who would share with me in the future. That's not something obviously I'm thinking much about, but just that having someone that enjoys your hobbies, is great. And as you know, it's hard to find a chick that already loves coasters. You almost have to introduce them to them, and then they might either find out, and then you find out if they love the coasters or they're afraid of heights, that kind of thing.
And you know what? We don't get very serious on Ride This One, ever. But we will just do a quick mention. Of course, we all loved Elaine. Elaine was part of our coaster family within our tight-knit group. That's obviously how we know Dwayne in the first place. He's part of our crew, so to speak. Not the coaster crew, not those assholes.
Not them.
No, not. But, just a heads up. In
the underworld of the coaster radio community.
Right. the underworld of the Coaster Radio community. But we will say that, unfortunately, yes, we lost a very dear, wonderful person in February. And she left behind a wonderful daughter. And in our show notes, there is going to be a link for a GoFundMe page that they can always use help there. So definitely go check that out. Give some money or you're a fucking asshole. Fuck you guys, seriously. But we're not going to focus on that because we're here to have fun. So we're just going to remember fondly and move on. So speaking of that, let's get back into dick sucking. I have a question for you, Dwayne.
Yes.
Now, obviously, you live not too far from Goliath. You know, you're all kind of in that.
You're saying Goliath
area.
as in RTO Goliath, not Six Flags Over Georgia Goliath, right? There are a lot of Goliaths out there.
Listen, they're together so much they're almost the same person. Okay, like almost. I'm surprised Goliath's ass has not fused onto that seat for how much he rides that ride.
My record is 70 laps in one day.
Damn.
Dwayne, how many laps did you do that day?
I couldn't count that high, but I know that I will say that I didn't last as long as I did previously when I had 36 consecutive laps.
Dude.
Okay.
I think I've done 5 in one day, and it was really slow.
Yep. Yeah, we did. It was I did the math, and it was like 59 miles of roller coaster track.
And this year will be even better. But just saying.
But this year will be even better because we'll actually finish.
I hope to finish. Yes,
exactly.
I hate to
go
disappoint.
upside down 3 times.
Yes.
I know.
But my question is, Dwayne, is if you were to take us, me, Goliath, Garbear, on a lovely, lovely, sexy date out to a theme park, and pretend you're gay because, we'll make it a reality. But anyways, but pretend you're gay for the moment, and getting laid's on the line, getting a nice cock up the butt, it's on the line. Where would you take us after the park, outside of the park, to eat that's going to seal the deal? So where are you going to take us to get drinks and food?
Well, that's a good question. I don't go out partying much, but here's what I'll say, though.
And I swear, if you say some type of vegan or health food bullshit, I fucking swear.
It's going to take us to GNC.
Yes, we'll go to GNC. Actually, I went there yesterday, but had my discount coupon for my pre-workout, No, if we don't have to, because, when you want to kind of, extend out that first experience as long as you can, so you want to really milk it, right? So I wouldn't necessarily say you have to go to the same place for all those things. I would start off assuming, well, Six Flags does sometimes close early, but I know the person who is a general manager at one of the Ted's Montana Grills, and I like a good steak, so we can get some bison fillet with a baked potato and or, you can get the bison chili, whatever. No, actually, you don't probably want bison chili, do you?
See, he understands.
It's not really Mexican, but it's...
Only if you're topping.
No.
So, no, it's a great place, great meal. Or, the other thing, in addition to Ted's, would be to go to the Sundial. It's a rotating restaurant high up in the sky in Atlanta. It is reopened. They did have an accident with a kid there before, but... you'll be good.
Wait a second. So you're saying you want us to sit and spin?
Sit and spin. Have fine dining, and then if you want to get drunk some more, these go up another floor up to the little cocktail lounge. That's a pretty good spot.
And you slip the bartender 100, and you can sit and spin wherever you want.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And the good thing with that is, if we don't work out, you're already down in a prime location to find my replacement.
Is Atlanta got like a big gay scene?
My understanding, it has a decent size population. Yeah, I haven't. They have parades and they have some crosswalks they're gonna kind of change, paint rainbow or something like that.
Yeah, just hang out there. You're only gay people are allowed to walk them. So straight people are allowed to cross the street in Atlanta. Progress. So
I've only been to the airport there, and I did get lucky there. So
nice.
Oh my. Ooh. There you go. So did Valentine.
That was the same experience.
Oh.
2 for 1, baby.
Wow. I definitely think that eating and going around, that sounds like a lot of fun. And you know what else was a lot of fun? Dueling Dragons, which we got the credit, and now it's closing.
Yes, it is.
Is this official?
The rumors, we again, Slater's got rumors. He's got somebody who knows something.
I have a source out there.
He's got a source who he fucked.
He's got the hookup, basically.
I have a
hookup.
source, a legit hookup, and they
source.
They are saying that right now Dragons is scheduled to close mid-November.
Okay, so it's not going to be around for Christmas.
It's not going to be around
Why
for
would
Christmas.
they leave it? Why would they pull it? Why would they pull it out before Christmas?
Well, because they want to get a brand new ride in there.
Yeah, it's probably about when.
I understand that, but we got all these huge crowds and stuff. Is that going to be? Is it going to be affected? The Christmas in what's it called? Experience. That's what it is. It's because they're doing the new Christmas thing there at Universal Orlando, and so they don't want the B&M Roar happening during Christmas at Harry Potter.
That would make sense, honestly.
Yeah.
And it gives them probably extra place to set stuff up and everything. And who knows? Who knows what all they're going to use? But, they're going to be doing it. As far as right now, the rumors are that it's going to be a Forbidden Forest theme attraction. And they'll be similar to the Arthur ride.
Forbidden Forest.
Yes, the Forbidden Forest. It'll be like the Arthur ride at Europa Park. And this is a mock ride. And it's a powered coaster, so it's not a legit roller coaster. So this is interesting.
Will it be more like a dark ride or like just an outdoor powered coaster?
We don't know. But if I was them, I would do a combination of indoor-outdoor, just like they did with Arthur. It's indoor-outdoor.
Yeah.
Right. Kind of like a Dwarfs Mine Train sort of scenario.
But at the same time, if it goes outdoor, then it has to shut down for any bad weather. But if they go fully indoor, it stays open. So, I mean,
well,
I don't know.
Not all rides.
What they could do, they could do the same thing they did with that shitty ass Kong ride. They could have two options.
True. You know what? I could totally see them doing that. Actually, only this time, I'm hopefully it won't fucking suck. But it's Harry Potter, so I feel like they're willing to be like, oh, we'll actually spend money on this.
Yeah, they won't let that.
Oh,
that would not suck if it's going in Harry Potter.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling won't let him mess it up.
She will kill a bitch if they fuck with her Harry Potter.
You know what?
She will. She'll cut a bitch.
That bitch wanted them to pull dragons day one, and they said no. But it looks like, she's pussy whooped them down. Yeah. So,
Well, with the amount of money that they've made off of her IP.
I think, if somebody got me that much money, I think I'd be willing to be a little pussy with.
Yeah, well, you know what? Speaking of women getting us things, actually, our dear Ariel, I just wanted to do a quick shout out. Sent me a lovely little package. I know, Goliath, you got a little package from Japan.
I did.
Isn't that the only type of package you get from Japan? A little one? Oh, that's racist. I can't say that. Oh God, that's terrible.
Yeah, it fucking killed me. Jesus Christ.
Look, guys. I've got a Steel Dragon, yes.
A Steel Dragon mouse pad?
Which I would fucking love to ride. That ride.
So if you sit on it, you get coaster count?
Yeah, of course. That makes sense.
Well, we shoved Guazi up our assholes, and that counted.
There you go.
So that worked. But
we even got a picture. We even got a picture frame from Guazi from doing that.
Yes,
it was built out of Guazi too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Speaking of getting wood from a theme park, this new permit that Busch Gardens Williamsburg has filed is giving me a major hard-on because they have filed for 315 feet of clearance.
315 feet.
Now that's
of clearance.
Impressive. That's some size I can get behind.
Absolutely. And they filed it specifically for a lovely little plot of land they have not too far from Apollo's Chariot, called Fiesta Field. This is where they normally shoot off like fireworks when they do it or anything like that, but it generally sits empty most of the time. And the best thing about it is what they named this, well, what the name they put on this application was Busch Gardens Madrid. Mm-hmm. And if anybody knows, it's been rumored for a long time that the next land Busch Gardens wanted to put in to their park was Spain.
Spain. That's a good mix.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a very European park anyways. That's the
So-
perfect mix.
I have another person I talked to out there. This one I can say I did not fuck, not for lack of trying. And and right now they're saying is we can expect a new Spain area to open in the park in 2019, and a new B&M Giga Coaster to open in 2020 with this new area.
Wow.
And if you look at this
Wow.
section, it's like not a huge plot of land, but it's right there next to the river. Literally, what I'm hearing is that they will cross the river, and that's where the majority of the ride.
Nice.
Hey, here's a question.
Wow.
How far away is this from Carowinds?
It is about 5
4 and a
hours.
half? No, 5. Yeah.
It's 5 hours.
5 hours
Yeah.
away? Okay, and how far is this from King's Dominion?
Not that far.
An hour.
This is
Okay, that's only like an hour
right.
away, right?
About 45 minutes.
So all within 5 hours, there's going to be 3 Giga Coasters? Fuck you guys on the East Coast.
works for
I'm
me.
jealous as fuck.
True. It's true. I think this is like super exciting. Whatever. We don't know for sure, but this is gonna be big. This is a big fucking deal. I'm excited. 315 fucking feet. Are you kidding me? Oh, seriously. And you know what? I've always been into Spanish guys.
It's 10 feet over. It's 10 feet bigger than 305.
And-
I wonder. I hope it grays us out. I hope we get another gray out.
They're going to build a 20-foot tunnel, and it's going to be a Fury 325 beater, too. Just mark my words.
Oh,
Can we just take the first drop on 305, take the right-hand turn, and just keep turning?
Can
Big old helix?
Can I tell you all something else that's really exciting? If they go the route that we're looking at and crossing the river, if the first drop is where I think it'll be, that first drop will actually be somewhere around 350 feet.
Really?
Yes.
Whoa.
wow!
But it still wouldn't be the tallest Giga, so...
But it would have the tallest drop, and what do we really care about? That drop.
The drop. Yeah.
No, but it wouldn't have the tallest Giga drop.
Yeah, it would. 350
But if it was 350,
feet.
it would be.
It wouldn't, though. You guys are forgetting about Red Force. The launch Top Thrill Dragster ripoff that
Oh,
is,
nobody counts
but it's a
that.
Giga.
Ugh,
It's the
No.
tallest Giga.
No.
it's a death machine.
I guess he's got a point, though. What else would you
I mean,
categorize that as?
what? How tall is it? How tall is it?
367 feet or something.
He's got a
So
point.
it's a giga. It's not a strata.
It's very much a Giga.
it's a
I mean,
Giga.
if we're going...
It would be a
but this
strata
is-
if it was
this would
over
be the
400.
Longest non-launch.
Exactly.
So technically, Dwayne's
It's
correct.
true.
That's why I think the next time Cedar Fair does a Giga, they need to go above that. Just make it 399, call it good. Just saying.
I think a Giga, like...
Right. Of course.
They should... I mean, there's no real defining, a body that gets to decide the actual definition of this shit, but it should be that a Giga Coaster is a chain lift, continuous circuit... No, launch. Launched coasters should be their own separate category.
I agree. Just going by the Webster.
So question. Where would you put a elevator lift coaster? Would that be a Giga, or would it be its own category according to Garbear?
I would call that also a Giga. Like the lift part.
Okay, so if it's an elevator lift, it's okay.
Yeah.
But if it's a launch, it's not a Giga.
If it's a slow ascent to your top kinetic energy that you're gonna have, or your top stored potential energy, I don't want no launch shit.
Yeah, it has to be gravity induced speed.
To me, to be a Giga, you need to, not be a one-trick pony piece of shit.
I agree.
Right.
Not just a launch. I mean, seriously. It's like the most disappointing one-night stand you could ever have. It's just like someone coming
Never
immediately.
had one of those.
Sorry about that, Slater.
I don't think anyone out there is like, King to Caw is my number one coaster.
Well, I'm excited for it, but we'll see if this ends up being true. I mean, the rumors right now is B&M, but, here's hoping, because anytime a park wants to put in a Giga, bring it on. I'm happy, especially if it's Busch Gardens, because God knows they're not going to put anything into Tampa anytime soon.
No, they aren't.
Also, another little birdie told me, and again, I can't believe I'm even mentioning this on the podcast, because this is a real grain of sand, but y'all, I heard that Busch Gardens is shopping around options to sell Busch Gardens Tampa.
Whoa.
Six Flags Tampa.
I guarantee you, Cedar
God.
Fair is looking
Boom.
to acquire right now, and I think it's going to go to
That
Cedar
would
Fair.
be perfect.
And because
That'd be fantastic.
That would
Cedar
make
Fair
sense.
will pour money into the Florida market, but Busch Gardens could use the money from that to get themselves out of the financial situation that they're in right now.
But before you go in saying, "Hey, Cedar Fair is going to buy it," do they have any animal? Do they already have an experience with animal parks?
They did have some
I don't think so.
reptile exhibit over there by where Top Thrill Dragster is. That used to be their experience.
Well, do you know, did Six Flags when they bought Great Adventure really, though?
These guys don't have a great track record on animals, so.
But Six Flags seems like they're more willing to buy animal parks than Cedar Fair. Cedar Fair has not touched an animal park. But
Exactly. Look at Discovery Kingdom.
But if you go to Busch Gardens Tampa, it is not like their SeaWorld parks. It's easily, all of the animals are easily removed. They'll just get rid of the animals. That's all they'll do.
True.
No, they won't. Look at Great Adventure.
I'm not talking about Six Flags. I'm saying if Cedar Fair bought it, they just remove the animals. That's all they would do.
Yeah. If Six Flags bought it, they'd probably...
Yeah, if Six Flags bought it, they'd keep it, and it would be a PETA nightmare for them in like 10 seconds.
But think of all the coasters they could build and other things they
Valuable
could,
land.
Triotech, and whatever they wanted to use, they can build on that area where the animals currently sit.
I hope it's true, though, honestly, because I
Yeah.
feel like whoever buys it, it's going to be their shoe into the Florida market, and I think they're going to pour heavy money into.
Hell yeah, and Cedar Fair is the one park... It's got to be either Cedar Fair or Six Flags are the only two parks that really need to break in.
Right, exactly.
You know what would make me so happy? You know who I want to buy
Fun
it?
Spot?
Fun Spot. I want Fun Spot to buy that shit.
They're just taking over.
Fun Spot Tampa.
And then we might be able to get Gwazi open. Get Gravity Group to come in work on Gwazi. You could actually get that ride. Get a ride on
I don't
Gwazi.
think anything could save Gwazi at this point. Maybe a fire.
That's true.
Oh, honey. It's just like with being gay. Enough money and anyone can be. So anything can be fixed. Anyone can be fixed. Any ride can be fixed with enough money. So that's not a concern. But you know what? We could talk forever about this, and this has been a lot of fun, but we've got to start wrapping things up. But, you know, before we do, Dwayne, we do need to ask, do you have any questions for us?
Well, I do have two. One's hopefully a shorter one, and then we'll start with that.
Nothing with us is short.
Well, see, I'm used to short, sorry. Slater, you stole my calendar idea from a long time ago.
Wait a second. Was your calendar going to have Goliath laid out on a Thanksgiving spread eating like a turkey?
I don't know about that.
Well, then
I
shut up, bitch.
I've been talking about this.
So-
No, I was thinking about doing a calendar, but I had reached out because I didn't want to offend anybody with a calendar of that nature, because I was thinking there are a lot of gay guys that love roller coasters, but you don't see any, firefighter type, calendars, but in the coaster.
Yeah.
I'm like, why not? So maybe we can collaborate. I'll let you in on my royalties on that. So,
Would you send us in a picture though? Is the real
what
question.
month do you want to be?
it's all good.
Would you pose?
I want August, and we can make this a joint project if you want to.
Bam.
I want August because that's my birthday.
I will totally jump onto that. I'm willing to jump on anything with you involved.
Ooh, with me? Okay. We'll have to come up with something, but we can work on that together. So.
Oh, Daddy, now I'm excited.
See, there you go.
See, and he was worried about getting pictures for this calendar. He was like, no one would send us sexy pictures. And here they are being thrown at us.
Well, and that's what I'm thinking. Like, I think
Available to purchase on CoasterAddict.com. The Ride This One calendar.
Available for purchase on
We'd have
TO.com.
a combined thing, and we could have a joint branded, and we can reach both of our audiences and just expand it out. And I think everyone would be happy for 2018, right? I mean,
Take over the world.
But on the other note, though, the other question I had, I guess that other one was kind of a question, but this one definitely is: if each of you had to pick one coaster for the other two to ride individually, which ones would it be and why? Since you want to ask me about that, I'm going to ask you, because you can go a few ways on that.
Oh.
Maybe you want to pick a coaster that they don't like and just torture them, or maybe you want to show them something good.
Oh, well, this one is just so much fun.
It is. I'm having a hard time.
That's good.
I'm having a hard something just thinking about it. I'm a bit of a masochist. So first, I will start with Goliath. Now I get to make them ride it a lot, right?
Sure, why not?
Well, I want to make Goliath ride the Voyage again, but I want to take the even older PTC style trains that are on the Beast, so it hurts even more when that bitch rides the ride. I love the look on his face. It's literally like every fuck you that could possibly be there. And for Garbear, I'll have him ride my cock. I'm sorry. I will have Garbear actually. We all know what I'm going to have Garbear ride. I'm going to have him ride Green Lantern, and I'm going to film it.
Oh God!
So you're showing the love for the other two. That's nice.
He's terrible. He's terrible. He does. But we all know he's an asshole.
Yeah.
He doesn't just play one online. He's an asshole in real life too.
Listen,
and that's why we get along so well.
I'm an asshole if I'm in the mood. Sometimes I'm a top.
Oh man, that's fantastic. What about the other two? Goliath, what would you do?
Well, I definitely for Slater. I want to give him lots and lots of torture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put him on. Now would you guys consider, say, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train?
I swear, I thought you were going to say make me ride the monorail again, over and over.
That's not a coaster. That's not a coaster. That was not an option.
Six Flags.
He said coaster, not. So what I would do is I would get him and I would let him sit there and ride the lovely Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and watch him and laugh as Whistle While You Work and stuff just digs at his. He just goes crazy.
That's great.
Whistle while you bark, bitch.
Yeah.
You better work.
He would turn into like one of those dwarfs. Maybe it'll shrink him. He'll turn into one of those dwarfs, and yeah.
There you go.
For Garbear, since he's a bi rider, I'd throw him on a lightning rod. He'll get like one ride, and that's it.
And then I'll just be trapped there.
And then he'll be sitting he'll be sitting there in the station forever.
He could just be standing outside, even just waiting for the line to open up, right?
The never-ending
Which,
line.
by the way, the ride's closed again,
right,
guys.
exactly.
Did you hear that?
Oh. Again?
Yes.
Shocker.
Is there a website that just tells us if lightning rod's running?
There is a Twitter account.
There's actually a Twitter account.
Oh, God.
Lightning Rod Ride Ops. It's awesome.
What about you, Garbear? What are you going to pick for them?
Okay. For Goliath, I'd probably put him on Viper.
Ooh.
Because, Viper, I know he wants to ride it, one.
Yeah.
And two, it's the worst ride if you're over 6 feet, because the restraint comes down to about here. And when it's up this high, too, the taller people get lots of nice headbanging going on. So, not only would he get to ride the ride that he loved, he would hate it in like 5 minutes after riding it. And I'd trap him on there forever.
At least it's not a Cedar Fair park where they actually have a fucking seatbelt.
Yeah, there's no seatbelt.
Putting a seatbelt on an aero coaster like Vortex ruined that ride.
Oh. And then for Slater to keep his track record running, I'd have him only ride Gold Rusher, and then have all the other coasters be shut down at Six Flags when it comes out.
That's. You guys have much love for each other. That's fantastic.
Yep.
Yes. You know what? You've probably spoken that into being. I'm probably legitimately fucked at this point. Or it's gonna rain. Something's gonna happen.
Right, yeah.
Is January the rainy season in California?
Yeah. As long as it's not...
There's no rainy season in California.
Well, good.
Just earthquake season.
We went 3 years without having any, or 4 years. So,
Well, this has been great. Those were some great questions for us. It's a bit presumptuous for you to think you have the right to ask too. But
Could say.
But
You said questions. You didn't say, do you have a question?
Well, I expect people to be able to read between the fucking lines.
Dude, you're a bitch then. You are the bitch of this podcast. Only bitches expect you to read between the lines. If I ask you, you have any questions, that means two or one or two or more. Or if you have a question, that's one. So if we've got guys on here, if we've got people on here, make sure you ask, do you have a question? Don't expect us to read between the lines, because that doesn't happen.
Especially for straight guys. We're bad at reading between the lines.
Extremely bad. I'm terrible at that.
Hey, as long as you're good at licking between the lines, you'll keep them happy.
Gotcha.
So, anyways, we got to get the fuck out of here. But before we do... We need your final thoughts.
Oh, thought or thoughts?
He wants to.
I knew he was a faggot deep down.
I'll try to minimize
I knew it. Fucking faggot deep down.
No, actually, in all seriousness, though, really appreciate you guys having me on, and really encourage all your audience to, shameless plug here for Coaster Addict, and, anyone wants to write and stuff, we do have some areas where we need some coverage, like California, Texas, and Florida. Anyways, besides that, final thoughts. Just want to say to all your audience, make every single second count. Go to that theme park, ride every single ride, even if you thought it sucked last time, because life's too short, and you gotta make every day awesome. So get out to the theme park, support your theme parks, and I would ask as a personal favor if you guys would consider becoming an organ donor. If you haven't already, just consider it. Doesn't mean you have to, but definitely consider that, and keep riding the coasters. That's all my thought.
Ugh, I'm not used to having good people on this podcast. Get off here! You're making us look bad.
I know. I'm like getting teary-eyed over here.
Seriously.
So sweet.
I'm a
This
sentimental,
is so
nice guy. What can I say?
You're feeling sentimental, and I'm like, ew! No.
Well, thank you for coming on the show. This has been awesome.
Absolutely, thank you. And by this episode will drop on the 23rd or on the 24th. So in 2 weeks after the episode drop, I will see you at Six Flags over Georgia for your birthday. No, 1 week after the episode drops, I'll see you at Over Georgia on your birthday. And if anybody else wants to join us,
and go donate money.
Donate money and bring orange juice.
Yes, definitely lots of orange juice.
Check the episode description, people, if you want to donate
Which
to the cause.
You do.
Think of the children,
We'll be keeping track and keeping names. By the way, all of you faggots out there listening, and I know you're out there, Dwayne has promised for every $100 that you donate, he will personally suck your dick.
Wow, that's cheap.
Now, if you want him to do ball stuff, it's $150. If you want full-on anal intercourse, it's $500. Now, if you want shit stuff, he'll do it for free because he's into it.
Yeah,
So,
of course. Just wait for the email confirmation after you donate that money.
Right. Just wait for the email conversation. But thank you, Dwayne. Again.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Now get the fuck off.
Not pink. Not green.
Not aquamarine.
Suck on that, you acne-loving son of a bitch!
I'm keeping this here as a souvenir.
If I ever see your stupid rabbit face again, I'm gonna go Gaston on your ass.
God, I feel like Cruella. What do you want us to do now?
There they are. Get them.
Shit, it's the fuzz.
You mean Judy Hopps?
No, we don't have time for that. Now let's make like Soren and fly. Quick, in here, it's empty.
What is this place? Stitch's Great Escape? It looks like no one has been here in years.
Look at these strange markings on the wall. It says Green Lantern?
I saw them go this way.
Quick, up that staircase.
Welcome to Green Lantern. The exit is that way.
No, we need to ride.
Are you sure?
Lady in the fucking tramp stamp, let's go.
All right, remain seated, head back, enjoy your ride. Dispatch.
Hey, do you have any more of that fairy dust?
Does Joe Rody get fucked in the ear?
To infinity and beyond! Holy Walt's frozen head on a stick, that was horrible.
Well, it's better than Hollywood studios nowadays.
There they are. Get them.
Ariel seashell titty, run!
Hey, don't climb on that.
Jiminy fucking cricket.
Don't put that in your mouth. Oh, what? Put that kid down. No.
Scrooge McDuck's feathery wrinkled pecker.
No, don't shove that up your ass. What? No. Oh,
Snow White the Seven Dwarfs gangbang.
Hey.
Oh no!
Hey, gotcha.
No, what are you gonna do to us?
Sir, unhand me. I'll have you know that I'm a Disney Signature Plus pass holder.
Yeah, and I'm Bob Iger's wife. That shit don't fly around here, sonny boy. You two are coming with me.
You two have been quite busy, haven't you? Beating up an employee, destroying company property, public urination, making out with a mascot, and child abduction, just to name a few. Not to mention the cocaine we found in your purse, sir.
Look, we're sorry, okay? We were just trying to get to D23.
Are we gonna be arrested? Oh God, don't tell Disney about this!
Arrested? Listen, I don't care about any of that stuff. That's just day-to-day operations here at Six Flags. But we do have a problem when you damage company property. You can shit in the planters, you can snort whatever the hell you want. But if you're damaging our mascot, then we have a problem. That shit gets expensive. Now please, give us back Bugs Bunny's ear.
Fine, here.
Great, thank you. Now head back to the park and enjoy the rest of your day here at Six Flags.
You know, I did still want to try that X ride.
Oh yeah, me too.
Oh, are you looking for some X?
To infinity, and beyond.
Oh, whew, that was one sexy muscle daddy.
Podcast host being so fucking hot?
I don't know. Hey, you know what? Goliath.
No, wait. He's not a podcast host. He's just a blogger. Well, he's still hot.
Well, you'll have to ask Goliath.
Are we recording this part? Is this going to be in the show?
Oh, I'm recording still.
Oh, shit.
Well, I hope you're all still recording because we gotta tell people how they can interact with us wonderful fucking people.
Absolutely. You all want to interact with us, don't you?
Sexually.
Yes. Ooh. So if you want to send us dick pics, you can do it on Twitter. And especially Goliath, he loves those the most. So where can they find you?
He loves getting
Goliath?
his Twitter twatted.
They can find me at RTO Goliath on Twitter. What about you, Slater? Where can they find you on Twitter?
Well, of course they can find me at RTO Slater. And Garbear, where can they find you?
They can find me at RTO Garbear. And if you want to follow the show, you can follow the show directly at Ride This One on Twitter.
Absolutely, you can.
We're always posting stuff. One quick mention, because I know everyone's going to be wondering. Yes, we know D23 happened. Yes, we ignored it on purpose. Yes, we'll talk about it later. So,
we'll talk about the coasters that they brought up.
If you want a D23 recap, there's probably 110,000 different podcasts you can listen to.
Yeah.
Go listen to Mouse Chat or whatever.
Or whatever. Yeah, whatever those faggots are doing.
Whatever.
Disney Coast to Coast. I'm sure they got tons of stuff going on. Go check them out.
Exactly.
And you know what? Also check us out on the Facebook. You can check us out there at facebook.com/. facebook.com/ridethisone. And of course, we're always putting shit up there, I think. Yeah, I mean, I put stuff up there every once in a while. We do Twitter more than anything, of course.
Of course.
Of course. Also, you can give us a call at on our voicemail line, which is 26-RIDE-THIS.
That's right. That's 267-433-8447. And if you didn't catch that, no worries. It's in the episode description.
Absolutely.
So just open that up, give us a call, leave us that message.
And you can text. So call or text. It's easy. We love getting the text. We love the dick pics. Thank you. We've been enjoying them lately. I'm going to post a big old selection of dick pics here soon.
We have like a folder already. Like just a collection of dicks.
They do. Most of them appear to have some type of herpes, but, you know, take what you can get.
It's the coaster community, man. We're just a kinky bunch.
We are. And you know where the kinky shit really happens?
Where's that?
Live Me.
Oh, of course.
Of course. Because I'm on there.
The kinkiest shit ever happens over at Coaster Fleek on Live Me.
Or on Coaster Fleek.
Ooh.
On Coaster Fleek.
That's exciting.
So if you want to hear Goliath's sultry tones even more, you got to check out his live feed or his Live Me or whatever the hell that is. It's streaming live stuff, right?
Exactly. It's a streaming live. It's on Live Me. We play Cards Against Humanity every so often on Live Me. But I call it the Evil Emoji Challenge because you have to figure out how to answer using emojis.
Oh my. This sounds way too complicated for me.
Mine would just be eggplant peach, eggplant peach, eggplant peach.
Absolutely. What? Not the moist. You're not gonna. There's no moisture in there. Because if you do an eggplant peach, you have to have the moisture. You have to have the water.
The tongue.
Somewhere.
Gotta get that tongue.
That comes at the end, though.
Okay.
I'm more of an endurance kind of guy.
Okay. Eggplant peach, eggplant peach, eggplant peach. 3 dots of water.
All right. So follow Goliath over at Coaster Fleek on Live Me, and you can also send us an email at ridethisonepodcast.com. So if you have any comments, concerns, whatever, go ahead and send it there as well. And that pretty much wraps up the show, aside from, I guess, our final thoughts.
That is true. Well, you know what, Garbear? Then what are your final thoughts?
I want Dwayne to rock my Johnson.
Ooh.
That's my final thought.
Well, don't we all?
And I'll be thinking about that all night.
Especially with those pictures he just sent over.
You'll see him in the calendar, don't worry.
Yes, you will.
What about you, Goliath? What's your final thought?
I'm excited about the new possibilities, you know. All these new steel coasters we've talked about? Hell yeah. None of this wood stuff. We didn't talk about any wood stuff. Yeah, sure, RMC, but it's a steel coaster, so I'm excited about it.
That's basically steel.
It's basically a steel coaster, so I'm excited. Now, I guess we're going to finish with Slater. Slater, what's your final thoughts, you sick fuck?
He always finishes last.
I do always finish last. But you know what? My final thought, you know, and I try not to be a sentimental prime person, but, you know, my dad died 3 years ago, and I've been in the market for a new daddy. So, Dwayne, come on over, big boy. Ooh.
Wow.
If only I had that on video. If only I could.
Good thing you got it on audio.
Video. That would have been amazing.
I do. I need a new daddy, and I need someone to show my butt what's what. So, thank you.
That's his final thought right there.
Mine.
So thank you guys for listening to the show.
Thank you so much.
And fuck all y'all.
Fuck you.
Give it to me, Dwayne. Give it to me.
Oh, fuck, not again.
Ride This One Podcast. If you want family friendly, go listen to Coaster fucking Radio.
Well, that's embarrassing.